Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back with another brand new video. Today is a video we're here to break down, discuss and hopefully correctly predict the first leg of the last European qualifier to make it to the Europa League group stages. Do you know what's really embarrassing? That took me about 5 takes. Not even joking. But before we go any further on with today's video and try and carry on and learn some things, just a friendly reminder between me and thee, if you are new around here and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please consider doing so. I think around about 47 of our regular viewers haven't done so yet. I know so many are waiting to be the 55k subscriber, but if you don't mind doing it now, help the nation on our way towards that mark. That would be absolutely tremendous. But let's pull it back in and talk about the football then, shall we? Starting off with the opposition as always. Now Warsaw, I'm not going to surprise anyone when I say this, it was one of the trickiest tests that we could have drawn for this stage of the competition and we got it. However, when you look beyond the name and what they've done previous years and previous competitions to previous opponents that we know pretty well, when we just look at them now, this is not the same team that's been firing on all cylinders, smashing teams left, right and centre. This is a team that's in the middle of a transformation with a brand new manager who started the season extremely off the ball. You didn't even need to take my word for it. They currently sit 8th in the league right now, 6 points behind first place with 5 games gone already. A very unusual slow start to the season, to say the very least. And when I started taking my notes for today's video, I thought when I looked at the team and saw their position in the league, I went, right, they've just been like us in some games, then they would have been truly dominating games, but not being able to find the back of the net. Maybe the opposition goalkeeper has had a world day, you know, standard stuff when we drop points. But ladies and gentlemen, I've got to be honest with you, I've watched some of their stuff and they are not playing pretty football right now. I'll tell you that for free. Their league position isn't a lie. They are struggling. And their problem seems to spill throughout the entire team, especially up front where they've only managed to score 4 goals in the league. Now this is not a league that they smashed left, right and centre, but they've not quite clicked yet and they're off the boil. But there is one area of the park that they remain strong as they have been over the last couple of years, and that's definitely their defence. Their defence is keeping them in games where they really didn't deserve to be in. They have only conceded 3 goals all season long, both in the league and also in the Europa League qualifying. And as I've been trying my best to watch as much stuff as possible and I've been reading match report after match report, it's continually highlighted that the team is very uneven. Their defence is doing their job, but every other department like the midfield and attack is letting them down. And I think that's perfectly summed up when you look at their European journey so far to get them to where it is, where they're playing Rangers. They've not managed to win both legs of a single round yet. 1 win, then a draw. 1 win, then a draw. That's the way it's been going for them. And the last thing we've got to say regarding their playstyle and the way they have started this season. Now you've probably already heard or been told about this because it was absolutely everywhere, especially when this draw was announced, but their own fans, a large majority of their own fans waited in their car park for these players to come out their stadium, and then their own fans attack their own players. That is how angry this fan base is regarding the start of the season. The team's unbeaten in their last 7 games, yet their fans are attacking them. That is how different they are playing this year. So given everything we've discussed so far about this team, if you want the best help for a bit more information regarding tomorrow's game to help you with your prediction down in the comments, I think the way they're going to be set up based on what they've done all season frickin' long is try and keep it tight at home, nick a 1 or 2 goals and go to the away tie with something to defend. They're not going to come out here and attack us like FC Midtjylland and try and outplay and outscore us. This is back to the wall style team once again, where we need to be very patient and we need to make sure we make no mistakes, didn't give them anything to latch onto, and we get that crucial away goal. Because if you think they're going to park the bus tomorrow, wait till they play away from home, then you'll see an entire team sitting on their goal line. Trust me, that's how bad it's going to be. And lastly, before we jump over and speak about Rangers, for those that like some facts, this is the team that smashed Celtic 6-1 over the 2 legs a couple years ago and got the results thrown out because they fielded one ineligible player because of a mistake in the old paperwork. Aye, that's them. But I think that's enough speaking about them then, shall we? Let's turn the attention back to Rangers, because we've spoken about how they've started the season off slowly and things seem to be going all wrong for them. Well, on the Rangers end, things couldn't get much better right now. Maximum points, winning every game, apart from one little draw versus Progress Nedicon. It has been a truly exceptional start to the season from Rangers, and based on what we've done versus a very, very tough test in the last round versus AFC Midtjylland, we are willing to go toe and toe and outscore pretty much anyone. And that's what I find completely fascinating about this game, ladies and gentlemen, because we're two teams basically on the opposite end, one struggling to score goals, barely doing anything with the fan base raging, and on the other side you've got a team scoring goals freely and everyone in dreamland, yet they meet and they're going to need to play each other to see who gets to the European dance. However, when you compare the two teams, their first team was playing at the weekend where they managed to win 1-0, where we made 10 changes to our starting 11 squad and pretty much given all of our quote-unquote first team players the weekend off, so we'll be coming in fresher if you want to try and do that comparison between the two teams. And that leads me perfectly to my next talking point, and that is none other than Philippe Helander. Now, if you caught yesterday's Rangers roundup where we discussed Philippe Helander being omitted from the European squad for this game, and we sort of reflected on it, we discussed it, well, as of today, he has flown with the first team. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, all these journalists and all these media people on Twitter firing and spitting on this guy's name saying, oh, he must be a flop, Gerrard doesn't trust him or he'd be taking him to European football. Well, Gerrard has just played them all like the puppet master and just made them look absolutely stupid, because Helander's only playing and he's on his way. And from there we move over to the latest team news then, shall we? And there is one little update to give you, is that it only makes sense if you've been watching these preview and prediction videos. It makes my OCD happy, and if any of you have OCD, it may just settle your nerves down about one ongoing story that's never been answered over the last couple of press conferences. I'll set you back just in case you don't know. Graham Dorrans was reported as injured, I think 3 weeks ago, and Graham Dorrans took to Instagram that same day, about 20 minutes after the press conference, to proclaim himself fully fit and ready to go. There's nothing wrong with him. Then we had that weird stage where we never heard anything. We never saw Dorrans. We never got told he was injured. We never got told what it means. Well, Graham Dorrans, as of this weekend, has been involved with the Rangers reserves, taking part in a friendly game where he played the majority of the match versus Fleetwood's under 21s. The other players that played in that game, by the way, Grezda, Joe Dodu, but also Jamie Murphy, so thumbs up for Murphy there as well. They ended up winning the game 2-0, by the way. None of our top earners managed to score in the game, which is a little bit concerning. But anyway, we have an answer to the Doran situation. He is fit, he's not injured, he's not suffered a relapse, and he's playing some freaking football. Everyone else is reportedly fully fit and ready to go, so you know what that means. It's another headache for Stevie G. Now, I'm not a fan of headaches, but that one, I quite rate. And with all that being said, we've now reached the point in the videos where we put our jangles on the line and try to correctly predict a very tough testing European qualifier. So dive into the comment section and share your opinions, and while you guys are doing that, I will give you mine. And based on how they play and how good their defence is and just how defensive their entire style is, I'm not expecting fireworks like the last round where two very good teams just went at it to see who was the better of the two. I'm expecting a more frustrated, balls to the wall style defensive performance from this team once again. So I'm just going to go for a much more reserved 2-0 win for Rangers. A lot lower than the last couple of results, but I just think the way that they're going to approach this game, it's going to be one of them where we just get more and more grey hairs. My goal scorers, I think Alfredo Morelos will continue to be the man for the biggest occasion. Like, I don't know what Rocky Boy Johnson is doing right now, but yeah, he just started pushing. Oh, he's gone for water. Sponsor break. Now, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by Rocky Boy Johnson. My second goal scorer of the match is going to be none other than Nikola Katic. And the reason I'm picking the big man, I think he's going to score from a corner. I think we're going to get so many of them because of the way this team's going to approach the game. We're going to get so many chances from set pieces. And I just think he is a goal threat and a difference maker and a bit of a game changer from set pieces. So that's my goal scorers. Now, we've had our say. Rocky's had a little beverage and toasted the boys ahead of tomorrow's performance. It's time to jump over to Twitter and hear from the people. So over to Twitter then, let's get it loaded up. There's been 1,996 votes. Honestly, thank you so much for getting involved. 6% votes for them, 16% votes for the draw, but the far and away winner with 79% of the people is a Rangers away win. So let's see what they've had to say then. 55 writes in, well win, 3-0. Scorers Flanagan, Tavernier and Polster. Alright, I thought he was being genuine there. Even Rocky's tried to escape from that part. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. I just realised if they free score, I'm going to look like much more of a dick than I usually always do, which would be impressive. Gustav writes in 1-0. Scotty Arfield with the goal. Andrew Graham says, I think 1-1 CJ. Morelos with the goal. Going to be a tough playing in that atmosphere. Yeah, I didn't maybe speak about it enough in the squad, but their fans really turn that stadium into something special, and that's probably why they're so frustrated, because they're doing their job. It's just the team that's not really doing theirs right now. Kimberly writes in, I think it's going to be a tough one, but I think we will win 2-1 with Morelos and Jordan Jones. Arabo's Hare writes in, sneaky 1-0 to the famous. 55 writes in 2-1, Morelos and Ojo to score. Sarah _55 writes in 3-0, though it's going to be a tough game for Rangers. That's quite a high scoreline. I'll take that for a tough one. I'll take that all day. Mark Gold writes in 2-1 to Rangers. Should be a tight game. And the last 2 or 3 that we'll read out. The first one comes in from Stevie B. He writes in 3-0 to the famous. A Morelos brace. And an Arfield to score a screamer. Now that's what I'd like to see. Tam, which I just love the name Tam, writes in 2-1 to Rangers. And Marty RFC writes in, this could be a tough ask to get the win, but an away goal could be crucial. I'll say 0-0 or 1-1. Expect quite the atmosphere as well, to be honest. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard from the people, you've heard from myself, you've even heard from Rocky Boy Johnson. If you haven't done so already, you know what to do by now. Before we wrap up today's video, as always, a special thanks to every single one of the legends on the Patreon's account. I genuinely can't thank you guys enough. I wish I could, but I'll never ever be able to, for the continued support on the channel. But there is one other thanks that I need to give, and that's to you for watching today's video. I've been CJ Novo 992, and bye.